welcome you to my first review over the Leviathan DLC for Mass Effect 3. We'll be going over 3 main points, pros, cons, and the almighty question, is it worth 800 Microsoft points? First things first, Admiral Hackett sends you an email asking you to check on the progress of Leviathan, which is a project headed by Dr. Bryson. And upon arriving, Bryson is shot and killed by one of his associates, who seems to be under some form of mind control. And then EDI also comes along too to help you solve this case. Now, the whole intro to this is it's kind of surprising that BioWare would kind of just thrust all this upon you. That, Leviathan's here. It reaches as far as a citadel, and it's up to you to stop him. And here's an example of how lethal it can be.
Yes, welcome to TGS Mineral Works. How can we help you?
Yes, for the tour. Please sign in.
You don't seem worried about those Reapers.
Leviathan's also an entity that appears to have the capacity to do mind control, and also seems to want Shepard to not fight it at all. And also, to make matters worse, it can also leave subjects with severe amnesia.
2176. 2176 was 10 years ago.
And also, since Leviathan is such a threat, the Reaper forces have also thrust themselves into the game, and it appears they're more focused on Leviathan rather than you, the player. But it can, although turning you into a mindless husk wouldn't make it too bad if they couldn't get Leviathan, And later on in the DLC, you're introduced to Dr. Ann Bryson, and Ann Bryson is the daughter of Dr. Bryson, who was killed earlier. And although carrying a heavy heart and having deep regrets for her father, she helped Shepard on finding Leviathan, even going so far as being controlled. Personally, also one of the cooler elements of this DLC was going underwater, first for the Mass Effect series. Although I would have preferred a mini boss battle or having you, but the main delight was finding Leviathan itself, and also having it similarly look like the Reaper forces that you constantly fight throughout the game.
Man, what's happening?
And with Shepard thoroughly confused about what he or she is faced with, Leviathan assumes control and introduces Shepard to its way of thinking. And this segment here can answer pretty much any and all questions that you would have about the Reaper's origins. Although if you weren't too fond of the ending, this DLC may confuse you more. And then once being released to the surface, Shepard is physically and mentally trained. BioWare showing us that Leviathan is no joke, but in the end, even incapacitating a random Reaper by the Leviathan's grip. And once awake, Shepard comes to the realization that Leviathan is a force that can be helpful to the cause, and continues on with the fight to eliminate the Reapers from Earth. My overall impression, at least through some aspects of it, one with the game time. The amount of time I spent on this DLC was borderline Shadow Broker, and a lot longer than Arrival. It's about an hour and a half long, which is good length for DLC. Next part I want to talk about is dialogue. Found that the characters had a good amount of lines, and of course they vary with their personalities. BioWare gave a greater amount of dedication to him not having your squadmates only saying this could be a problem, just like Shadow Broker. The story implication, the premise for Leviathan was good, with not many random aspects being introduced. Although BioWare telling us that there is evil anywhere and stopping the Reapers doesn't quite mean it's the ending, does mean it's quite random. But is it also worth the price in the end? Yes, because Leviathan offers a great amount of content and a great storyline to boot, and it also answers any questions that were posed about the Reaper's origins, and the 2 weapons included are a good bonus.